Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. A reminder that there is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about these markets. I'm Snorlax, guys. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Tucker and Dr. Will's Outlook. We will be having Max and hopefully Jackus pop in at some point on this stream later. But for now, you guys are rocking with the three of us, and we're going to be bringing you as much alpha as humanly possible. Happy Friday, guys. It's been a eventful week, right? Even though Bitcoin hasn't really moved anywhere, we've been, and this has kind of been my theme for the week, right? Kind of discerning, how much impact the immediate flows would have, inflows, outflows, who knows on the ETF. So far, it has been outflows. And we'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second, but it is kind of in the title. Barry Silbert is nuking your bags. What are you going to do about it? But real quickly, guys, before we get cooking and sharing that big juicy alpha, we always appreciate when you guys smash the like button. And it's a Friday, right? I mean, it's still January. It's a Friday. We are still 1 week removed from the ETF. I want to see you guys smash the like button. And honestly, your performance this week has been a little disappointing. We really haven't pressed you guys on the like button as much as we probably could have. But and I know that we will bug you again on this show for some likes, but I would love to hit triple digits today. It is a Friday, like I said, the end of our week, and probably on cash close, probably going to mark an end to the just relentless grayscale selling that we've had, at least locally speaking. But yeah, guys, I mean, the kind of the way the price has been trading on Bitcoin is listed in the title. We hit New York open, and then we get relentless spot selling. Can only assume it's from one entity, given the data and information that we've kind of been observing, that it is grayscale, right? And I want to say they have about, I think they're trying to do like 2 billion in outflows every single week, which means 2 billion of selling pressure on Bitcoin. Maybe not quite that much, but because I know that some of the grayscale Bitcoin trade that's being closed out is ultimately neutral on price. Given that some people were long grayscale Bitcoin as a fund, and that was at some sort of like carry trade, right? And now that they are selling the grayscale Bitcoin, the counterpart of that trade is to long on perps. So the net reaction is ultimately neutral. Although you can still see, like, we've been drifting kind of slowly down into support basically all week. So we can discern there is a bit more spot selling pressure than just neutral at this point. And, Bitcoin has been very, very muted this week. People aren't really interested in bidding when you have a whale that's trying to offload that much Bitcoin basically publicly. And that's where Bitcoin's at, right? Just sitting right at range lows, right at some wicks. We get some sort of run on those wicks. I'd be curious to see what the reaction looks like. But the other assets that have not responded very kindly to the selling pressure are obviously altcoins. They hate uncertainty. They love speculation. Thus far, I'm looking at my alts watch list for the second day in a row is -5 or 6%. I think many alts even finished down in the double-digit percentages yesterday. So kind of the flavor for the week. Not surprising. We did basically run up for like 3.5 months consecutively on crypto. So it's not a surprise that we have this pullback here, but going to be interesting to continue watching these flows and when they, not only when they dissipate, but also how the market will try to position itself ahead of those flows eventually ending, because markets are always forward looking, right? But yeah, that's, like I said, that's the flavor of the week for crypto with equities. It looks like we're about to hit all-time high on the S&P today. I think we're about 20 or 30 points away. We've seen a really, really strong bid on tech individuals pretty much all week. Even though it is that window of weakness that we've talked about, right? I think it's either yesterday or today that we had an incredibly large options expiry in the legacy market. This will likely have a big impact on price. Maybe not in the form of that we just see like relentless selling or relentless upside as a result of it, but a stalling of the momentum that has been relentless to the upside, right? I mean, we could begin to go sideways here, chop for a little bit. And when you don't have necessarily those supportive flows to propel price higher, I think chop becomes more likely than not, right? But yeah, I think it's, I mean, we could have an interesting day today, right? I mean, Bitcoin could nuke, could bounce. I don't know. I'm not going to feel very confident in taking any positions until after New York close. But equities, I mean, equities look like the S&P is going to trade a new all-time high today. That's pretty monumental. But yeah, I would love to know what you guys are seeing in the markets and any takeaways that you kind of have from this week, given the selling pressure that we've had from the initial ETF approval.
Yeah, man, I think we get all-time highs on equities. Will, I just sent you something in the Discord chat. I want you to go ahead and take a look.
Discord?
In our market check Discord chat.
Got to get stimmied up, huh?
Oh, getting very stimmed. This is some cigar place sent me this mug because I was such a good customer, man.
Nice little happy face
with a cigar.
That's Barry Silbert after he nukes your bags for 5 days
Dude,
straight.
It literally is, man. It literally is.
These are supposed to be sophisticated investors, right? Selling below all-time high. I'm glad I never bought Grayscale, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. I think we get there today. I think we get there. Will, did you see what I sent you, bro?
I didn't see. Did you tag me?
Oh, Will.
Look, I'm old.
I know you're a boomer, man. Right? In the Market Check Discord chat.
Oh, Market Check. Gotcha. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it a meme? I'm gonna have to check it out too.
Bro, I could have sent you some goggles for like $100.
Oh my god!
Snorkels?
It's a goggle receipt.
I could have.
Did you really buy one?
Some snorkels.
Yeah, bro. I got the pimped out ones too. Damn. 1 terabyte had to be done. Can you imagine buying 256 gigs and have it just like, you know what I mean? Like needing more. Like, can you imagine? Couldn't imagine.
Do you know what's actually insane? The fact that they charge an extra $400 for 750 gigs.
Yeah, it's probably real. I agree. It's probably real.
It's like, do the math. It's not hard, right? The math's not mathing. It's like 750 gigs is not worth that. It's just the same thing with a phone. Like, it's actually pretty nuts.
Hey, man, we can afford it because you want to know why? Because the hat stays on, brother. The hat stays on.
Yeah, I know we can afford it. I'm just saying, like, they're ripping people off. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but they know this too, right? They know, and this is why, like, I like the tech. I can afford the tech, but it's still BS at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I'll be a willing participant in Apple's scam, man, for sure.
Yeah, that's all it is at the end of the day. It's just a scam, just to try and get.
I mean, Will, we play with scams literally every day, brother.
Well, I'm definitely
for a living, you could say.
It just it's a scam what they charge people for a product. The Apple's bullshit. Like, why do you think they're so big? Why do you think they have so many employees? There's no need for that many employees to make a cell phone. It's an absolute joke.
There he is.
What's up, boys?
Howdy.
There's Jackus.
Have we talked about Barry Silbert ruining the market yet?
Don't worry, I did that on the intro, and then we started shit talking the Apple Vision Pro again.
No, I bought it, Max. They're coming at me, bro. They're coming at me.
They don't understand, dude. You can't help them. You know, you can't help them.
Max, you can go pre-order one. Do it right now.
Yeah, I'm going to. 100%. I'm going to.
I can sell you a set of snorkels and a cell phone attached to it for like a quarter of the price, and I bet you it'll look better.
Yeah, sure thing. Let's talk about the market. I don't want to talk about this anymore, man. You guys are just jealous. You guys are haters. All right, I didn't catch any of this of where we started, but man, I mean, look, here's the deal. Did you guys address what the show is titled today?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was talking about it.
Barry Silbert is nuking your bags. What are you going to do about it?
Can we rename it to Barry Silver selling the bottom? And these are supposed to be sophisticated investors.
Look, man, Tucker, can you do me a favor and go to the weekly chart?
Yeah.
Can we zoom in a little bit right now? Zoom in a little bit more. That weekly FEG seems all but a certainty at this point, right there.
Yeah.
Right there. That's additionally, maybe you could throw on a 20-week simple moving average for me.
Oh no, Max. Oh no.
Yeah, that's all the ICT guys really want that one.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's happening or not.
Not gonna happen, man. Let's do this guy.
When you say ICT, do you mean like incel crypto Twitter?
I don't know.
I saw Ben Cohen make this point the other day on Twitter. It is a good point, and it is what I was saying months ago. I thought we were going to get it in Q4 though.
So one thing I've noticed, and I actually just put out a tweet about this. I mean, the bull market support band is it's creative branding for a 20-week simple moving average and 21 exponential moving average. It's not like literally a bull market support band. It just indicates a solid high time frame trend. That's all it is. It's not like anything profound. This is literally a band that combines two high time frame moving averages, one simple, one exponential. Yeah, Tucker, that's exactly it. So actually, one thing, you might need to go to a chart with more price history.
Yeah.
This is something I just tweeted out about this.
But even this one,
put it in log. Put it in log.
Even 2019 though, Max, like you'll know quickly whether you're here or here. Like you'll know very quickly, right?
Yeah, where I struggle with thinking that it's June of 2019 is, for one, the amount of time we've spent like reaccumulating.
I mean, you mean here?
No, I would mean like if technically we're in June of 2019, like how long this bear market has been would be very abnormal or atypical for previous bear markets. Like it wouldn't really align. But if you go back actually one more cycle, Tucker, to like 2015, can you draw a horizontal line from the complacency shoulder after the blow off top? Up top. Yeah, right there. Yep, right there. Now let's do the same thing in the 2017 cycle. Let's draw another one. 2017. Where's the complacency shoulder? Right there. Now let's draw one where we're at right now. So assuming that we're not about to be in June of 2019, what happened in 2015 and 2016 is actually where I probably think we are. So you take out the complacency shoulder after exiting the bear market reaccumulation range. You come back, you jeet to the 20-week SMA, which is this moving average band that we have on here. And then assuming it holds, you move on to a new parabola and probably price discovery. So I'm looking at where we're at right now, and I see the same thing over and over again where it's pretty normal to take out that complacency shoulder high, which we did at 48K, and then come back, retest this 20-week moving average or something like it. It doesn't have to be perfect. But then, hopefully hold and move up from there. I don't think that's happening, but this is pretty standard or even common for what we've seen in, prior cycles. Is take out that complacency shoulder, reaccumulate, test the 20-week SMA. Everybody calls that it's over because they're still traumatized from the bear market, and then we move up. So
Max, even the prior market to 2017, 16, 15, even that market is very similar. Everybody just wants to point to 19, the one anomaly in the overall structure. And I think that's really interesting that so many people want to look at one data point and call it the end all be all. It reminds me of the jobs discussion I love to bring that one up because it's always a topic for people who have no clue what's going on because they sit there and talk about jobs declining specifically, but don't look at claims as the denominator that they should really be looking at.
I mean, what if this was the path, man? Like how many people get shaken out along the way? Probably a lot.
Oh, it's going to happen over and over and over. And then we're going to be at all-time high. And then they're going to be like, oh, this is where it breaks out, guys. This is where everybody needs to be in.
Well, because look, you go from 70 back to 50.
And I actually think that within that, Tucker, you'll have bigger drops than you have shown on this fractal, because I think it's going to be a really volatile, like 18 months for Legacy. Yeah. And there's going to be some events, you know, and I think that crypto can still do something like this. I don't know how high it goes, but I actually would kind of lean towards a move to like 80 or 90K at some point, and then literally a flush to like 45 or 50. You know, just a huge, disgusting sell-off.
Where was the halving? So in 2015,
but Max, everybody thinks the flush is happening now.
It happened post-halving, right? But I mean, that is not necessarily.
I don't know if we need. I don't want to say this time is different, but I don't think that we need to. I don't think we need to like oscillate around the halving like we have previously. I think it's important, but I mean, I literally am expecting something like this. You know,
I mean, the halving matters half as much every time it happens, right? So
yeah, and I'd say that the cat is kind of out of the bag with it. You know, like I'd say before last cycle, was it really always priced in? I mean, some people knew about it, right? But now I feel like the secret's out.
I think the halving doesn't matter much at all to the price movements. All that matters is how Wall Street basically control it right now. It's what it is, guys.
And that's actually an interesting topic to discuss, Jackus. Like, is Wall Street being in crypto now, or being in Bitcoin specifically, like the worst possible thing for Bitcoin?
I think they tamed the price, and I'm not saying it doesn't go up, but the price is tamed to their liking. So the really only place where it moves free market wise is like weekly and monthly. But apart from that, it's and they can tame it, you know, on a sideways for some period too. And I think they've been taming it since 2018. And now after 6 years of taming the industry, they feel confident that they did so, and that's why they came out in full force and changed their bias. So I think we need to just like even like and we have to keep in mind that, you know, two-thirds of all Bitcoin trades is done OTC, right? If you check the liquidity on the largest spot exchange, which is Binance, there is only like 6,000 Bitcoin until 90K. BlackRock just accumulated 16,000 Bitcoins in the past days. So when you do a OTC deal, you do not move the price at all because it's not done on the open market. You just flip the hands. And the reason they want to do that, I believe, is that there are lots of guys from the past that wanna cash out and do it under very good conditions. And the guys that are buying are obviously these institutions that are taming the industry, and they want to have the exposure, but they do not want to move the price, so they are willing to pay the premium for that OTC deal. I do not have like I'm not in their books, but I'm feeling this is really happening. And yeah, as John is saying, OTC deals are great for institutions. But like you can check the BTC order book yourself on Binance, right? It's empty, basically.
Yeah, there could be some kind of backdoor deal too, and I don't really want to get it too much into like speculation, but between Grayscale suppressing price here and allowing them to accumulate at current price ranges. Between Grayscale and BlackRock or whatever, right? I think like it makes some sense for them to de-risk, but it doesn't make sense for them to be unloading like this below all-time highs, in my opinion. And so, there's got to be something going on behind the scenes that a lot of people aren't seeing. And I don't think it's bearish, right? I think it's more bullish than bearish. Um, it could simply be some kind of rotation of capital, right? An OTC buy somewhere else while they're sitting there hammering the ask on the front end while everybody else panics and tries to exit for lower pricing.
Yeah, and what I've noticed on many of these alts, and I think it's sort of happening today as well, is that lots of them will move up and they will respect levels until the algo is put on the pause mode, and suddenly nothing will matter. They will all start to bleed, and no level will be respected. Nothing. There is no bid in the market if the algo is stopped, basically.
Yeah, I'm just so curious about how this all plays out with Grayscale. I mean, just this morning, I think they sent like 500 million in Bitcoin over to Coinbase. And it's so obvious that, I mean, they are just nuking the market, right? I mean, there is just beyond a twop for them to, and it makes so much sense why, obviously, right? Like people were paying like 200 basis points per year, I believe, to have Grayscale custody Bitcoin. And now there's a much cheaper alternative, right? Why would people not sell now that they have the option? But the question is, I'm pretty sure Grayscale still has like 30 billion of Bitcoin left. I don't know how that gets absorbed. I don't know if it gets absorbed. I don't know if there's demand for or interest for all of that to be moved and sold. But I'll tell you this, if the Grayscale trust wallet basically gets emptied and $30 billion gets, pushed out into the market, I don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, it's such a shame that it is the way that it is, but I don't know how it resolves. I don't know the true demand, but all I see is that every single day there's just more inflows, more money getting sent from Grayscale to Coinbase every single day. We're not talking about 100 Bitcoin. We're talking about thousands.
Do you remember January of 2021?
Yeah.
Very, very similar conditions. And the market rallied exponentially beyond that high. And granted, we are below all-time high, right? But it's always the same, I would say, song and tune with guys that, or companies like Grayscale with F2 Pool was the main one dumping the last market top. And this is where a lot of people they exit too early because they're looking for basically lower or for the market to ultimately end. I've even seen people post, we're going to 10K, blah, blah, blah. And, they again, cluster trees forest, don't understand that the market is going to continue rallying through this, even through this sell pressure. The market's going to continue to push through. And it's more due to people getting in and panicking their way back into the market. And that's ultimately what happens in these type of scenarios. Like people are looking at Bitcoin, I think, in my own perspective, the way I'm seeing flows, and they're seeing this as a deal. They are eating and continuing to ask for more, even though they're getting, massively less than what they could at much lower evaluations. Like the market's not allowing price to go, very, very low at a fast pace. There's not a distaste for 40K Bitcoin. Remember, people or investors, a lot of them, they don't like to buy the bottoms of the market. They like to buy the tops. They like to buy things when things are expensive and shiny. They don't like to buy them when they're cheap and exponentially below value.
People like to enter the market when it's comfortable or when it feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Precisely, and that's what I think is actually occurring as we speak, even at current
Yeah.
valuations. Even though they seem extreme, is we're continuing to see people continue to hammer the ass because price has gone up, interest has peaked, and people are now starting to take entries on the market, and they're seeing Bitcoin as an opportunity here rather than a deterrence. And that's what I'm continuing to see on the ass side, even in the face of the offloading with Grayscale. Because here's the thing, I guarantee you, Max, Grayscale will start buying higher. They'll offload all this Bitcoin here, and they'll start buying higher. It's happened every single cycle. They don't sell tops. They sell basically zones of liquidity and then come back in higher. So I don't know like what your guys' thoughts are on that. I know that was a
No, I
lot,
mean,
but
I agree with it. I just and part of me is thinking like, yeah, the Grayscale is clearly putting a lot of pressure on the ask side of the book.
they're trying to
I'm
hold
almost a little
price.
bit
They're trying to pin it.
surprised. I'm a little surprised we haven't nuked harder yet. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm just that's why I'm skeptical. Like I'm seeing them send Bitcoin over, and I'm surprised that we haven't nuked to like 35K yet. I really am. So I don't know if somebody's trying to absorb it. But then at the same time, I'm also like, okay, let's just completely ignore the fundamentals. Let's ignore all the noise. This was probably a retrace that needed to happen anyways. Like we probably need that like 38, 39K wick. Yeah, or even that value area low that Tucker has drawn right there. I mean, that makes perfect sense from a technical perspective. Like pretend like you didn't have Twitter, you didn't watch the news, you didn't know who the hell Barry and Grayscale were. If you were just trading off technicals, how would you view this structure? Well, I would probably view it as one where we're going to retest, 38, 39K. I would, I really would. But then there's that uncertainty where I'm like, man, I see the Grayscale wallet still has $30 billion in it. I don't know if that's something that we can absorb too easily, and it would be a
I
shame if
don't
it
think they're
took them
dumping
like
that though.
it'd be a shame if it took them 6 months to unload that.
Yeah, but do
Do
you
look like
think
it.
they're completely offloading their books?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think they are. I think this is more of
Yeah,
a
I agree with Will here.
yeah. I think they're just pinning price. That's exactly what I think they're doing. They're pinning price right here. And again, it could be some kind of collusion to do so. Again, we talk about Wall Street, we talk about pricing being manipulated. I guarantee you it's a pin of price because they could be offloading here. And once they can get a certain support to snap, then they come in and pick it up on the other end. And it's significantly higher than what people are looking at for price support.
Will,
Right.
I think you probably get a wick to here to 37, and then you close the day like at 39, and then that's it. Honestly, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think 37 is your lowest. You're gonna pin price. Like, and I think they know that. I think they're targeting a little bit lower. But again, does it make sense to sell at 40, 41K to get in at 37? Like, I think your average person just like should really weigh your risk to reward there. It doesn't seem like much of a reward.
I don't think Grayscale is taking a directional bet. I think they're unwinding customer positions, which
Yeah,
are
for sure.
a myriad of different kinds, right? You have retail customers in there who just wanted exposure to crypto, and then you also have funds and traders who are playing the dislocation in the price of Grayscale Bitcoin versus the price of straight up Bitcoin. So there's just kind of a lot of um, people closing out that ARB and closing out that trade finally, and these are the consequences. A lot of outflows from Grayscale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably some people positioned in Grayscale specifically because they didn't know when the ETF would drop, right? And then once they saw that BlackRock got the ETF, they instantly exited, and now Grayscale's stuck holding the bag on the Bitcoin, and they may be de-risking too. That's another thing. Again, I don't think it's a scenario where they're completely offloading their books. I think they're just rebalancing their books, and that's what I think a lot of people are not considering.
dumping on you, rebalancing.
Yeah, right.
No, but
The
you
golden
get what I'm
pocket
saying with
boys.
Yeah, I get what
rebalancing
you're saying, Will.
is 100% dumping, right? It's 100. That's what rebalancing is.
Where are my golden pocket boys at? Come on now.
They don't like your golden pocket. They only like the one at 48.
Yeah, where are my GP boys? Come on now.
Tucker,
Only
let
when
me
price
let
is
me let me
higher.
point out a spot on the chart where I think we could potentially be optimistically. All right.
Okay.
Maybe could you potentially clear up those drawings for me?
Yes.
Now we could we could even go to the let's look at like the 3-day chart. Let's look at the 3-day chart. This is what I'm potentially looking at. Put it in log mode for me. See May see June of 2020 before last bull market. Draw a horizontal line from that high right there across.
This
What
high?
yeah. What I'm potentially looking for is now up where we're currently at.
So what?
Like up a little bit more actually. To the right.
Here?
No. To the right. Like right there. That's kind of what I think could be happening. Like we might just nuke back down right there.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you turn it,
That.
Yeah, like more or less, like something like that. Obviously, the moves are a little bit contextually different. One was after the halving, one's before the halving, but structurally, what I see there when I look at June of 2020 is I see basically like accumulation that led to a breakout. Okay. Then I see local distribution in June of 2020, a retest of the previous demand, which ultimately sent us through that level, and it holds. So yes, it's a little bit different, right? But yeah, more confluence there as well. Where I see right now, looking at current price, I see a lot of accumulation, aggressive accumulation before the recent breakout. Okay. So now, assuming we drop back down, we need to see if that demand is going to hold. And there's also confluence with this, higher time frame moving average, which we've all been, watching pretty closely. So, yeah, I mean, I think that level seems, and here's the thing about that moving average too, is it's going to move up next week as well. Not much, but right now it's at what, 37, the top of it. Is that right?
Yeah, it's at 37. Yeah.
What was it at the week before? How much is it moving up per week roughly? It's probably not much. I mean, it's probably like a couple $100, but
let's see, 36.7 or 37 basically. Boom. 30. It's like $500.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, it's not moving up like crazy, but assuming if price just ranges here, it would probably take like 3 or 4 weeks for this moving average to basically just come and meet price. It is moving up every single time we get a new weekly candle.
Yeah, it would probably get pretty close to this line, honestly.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to literally just like reaccumulate above 38K.
Yeah, like if we just bled down into here, kind of.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm a little bit like hazy on, truthfully, is that ETH BTC looks really good here.
Yeah.
And altcoins are just getting destroyed. ETH BTC looks good, but altcoins are getting destroyed. So I'm just kind of I'm a little bit hazy on this part where I want to be bullish altcoins here, but with Bitcoin doing what it's doing, even though ETH BTC looks strong, I mean, look at altcoins, man. I mean, they're just getting completely destroyed right now.
Oh, my dear Solana.
That's true.
So that's where I'm a little bit confused, where I would expect if ETH BTC is looking so strong, I would anticipate a little bit more strength from altcoins. But I mean, I genuinely do not. I don't know. I mean, maybe they mean revert hard, and it's just a kind of a this week type of thing. But
look at the fake out on Sol, man.
I was telling you guys this. I was telling you.
Yeah, you did.
Oh man, we're at the line, Max. Oh no, it might be time.
Fourth. What's that saying about 4 taps?
It's not good, bro.
We are below this line.
I mean, look, we've been prospecting where Solana might go after this move for a while. Jackus put it this way. I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but Jackus is like, I want to buy Solana when nobody wants it again, you know? And that might be at like $60. It might be. Solana at $60. What's that, like a 55% retrace from the high, give or take?
Yeah, pretty much 50.
Yeah, and then look at the Sol ETH pair, man. Sol Bitcoin. Sol ETH already bled like 40% from its recent high.
Still BTC looks a little better, but yeah.
There's going to be a point where Solana is just forgotten about again, you know, and everyone starts fudding it. And it's definitely not going back to the lows, in my opinion, but I think that this is probably going to be an aggressive reaccumulation across the board. You're probably going to see Sol ETH right down there in that region, Tucker, you know, somewhere down in that vicinity. And I think it might take a little bit of time, but then ultimately I think this pattern right now, maybe put it not in log mode. Is that in log mode?
We in log? Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, Bitcoin
I think it's a
bounces
giant
here
cup and
hard.
handle, man.
In my opinion, Bitcoin bounces here hard, or it's going into capitulation here. Like it's so freaking oversold, and the sentiment is so bad. It either has to like capitulate and do some liquidations.
Yeah, just send it. Just send it. Do it now.
Trade reverse.
They're gonna capitulate it, man. They're gonna do it. They're gonna completely rug this thing, and it's gonna jeet down like $3,000. You know,
dude, that would be fine. Honestly,
just get it over with. I'm sick of this little bleed, man. It's painful. Just do it. Just freaking rip it off already.
I have a feeling at some point during the day, people are gonna front run the fact that Bitcoin, like alts, are gonna go insane this weekend on some reversion bounces, and you probably start to see that get front run before the close.
Which alts are you looking at to mean revert the hardest, Tommy?
I mean, I think Say is going to revert really hard. Honestly,
Say is getting abused today, and wrongfully so.
Say is down like 25% from the highs of last week, man.
I did point out 20K TPS, boys.
Just 3 days ago.
Will, do you like Say?
Nah, bro. Networks, ugh.
Will's just a hater, man.
Will's just a TPS maxi, man.
Yeah.
Look, every network out there is faster than Say.
I don't care about speed, man. I mean, I used Polygon to check.
Tommy, that's a lie. No one uses Polygon. Come on.
Bro, devs will not build on slow networks. It's not going to happen.
Let me put this in perspective for you, Will. There you go.
I love how few months ago still like Polygon, or maybe a few, I do not know exactly when it was, but not so long ago, and everyone was like, Polygon is amazing, so fast, so cheap, and suddenly it's bad tech.
Yeah. I need to save this drawing, man. This is gonna happen.
What is this propaganda?
Sometimes you got to do that, man. Just shrink the chart. You know what it's gonna look like.
Look, I mean, we can call it FUD. We can call it whatever we want. At the end of the day, it's like it's not my cup of tea.
Will, you love it? Come on. But what do you guys make of this ETH BTC strength in the face of the market just completely cheating right now? Because that's where I get a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm a little hazy on that, because I'm seeing, again, just to narrate, bring this back to the table, most of my portfolio's in ETH. Everyone likes to make fun of me for that until days like today when it's, you know, not down too bad. But I'm looking at it and I'm going, ETH BTC looks good. ETH USD doesn't look terrible. Like, from a market structure perspective, it still looks fine. But most alts look like ass, man. Just terrible.
They do.
So I would like to hear from you guys on this, because I actually don't really know what to make of it. You know, it's not doing what I would expect it to do. And maybe it's an anomaly because we have, you know, Grayscale, one of the largest holders of Bitcoin, just completely cheating the market right now. So it's throwing things off kilter. But I don't know what to make of it. I wouldn't expect ETH BTC to do what it's doing and alts to just get eviscerated.
I mean, my shitcoins are doing okay.
Listen, as I said, you know, the market structure on all, like, it is confusing and it can be really hard to navigate. But as long as the market structures are holding, then you need to be bullish. Once again, at when ETH was trading around 1550 and 1600, then I was also saying just yeah, it looks ugly, but we need to stay strong here. And as you say, the ETH structure, what's confusing, and once again, this is the problem. If you zoom in, on H1, ETH just is not respecting the range on H1. But on the daily, it's still, in a very good structure. So that's kind of the battle. And as you say, ETH BTC still looks good. So until you get the loss of that structure, in my opinion, you wanna stay. You do not want to fumble your bags on the lower time frame. But as I said, the market is really scared right now. Heavily oversold, given that there was really no bounce from this sell-off. Like since we got the ETF, and by the way, I think really have just a few weeks ago, everyone was saying like, no, the ETF is not sell the news, right? It's going to insta send the pump to new all-time highs, and then here we are.
Precisely the opposite.
Precisely the opposite. Yeah, there was what I was gonna say is that there was really no bounce post the ETF sell-off. Like there was some reaccumulation, but sell-off, and it's so insanely oversold right now. And either this needs to bounce heavy from here, or there is a capitulation event, like full-blown capitulation where it like nukes to like, I don't know, 39 and wicks, right? And seems like it's the latter, really.
Just rip it off. It's gonna happen. We all know it's gonna happen. We can all feel it.
Yeah, I think you punt 2350 probably if you get a deviation in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think ETH is probably a prime candidate to bounce the hardest right after Bitcoin finds a low.
Yeah.
Wherever that may be.
Yeah, I think that might be where you get your bounce, and ETH BTC just tears. Because that's the range it was in, right? Like you don't want it to accept back in here, but you want just a little poke in there, and then you're good to go.
That said, the fact that ETH BTC is like really not doing anything. Like it's not really, pumping. Like it's certainly, up on the day, but it's not really pumping. It's not also that. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just, stay here. Wait.
Rug it. Just rug it.
Rug it. Do it already.
Rug it. Just
do it.
Do it.
It's like you guys are chanting around the fire pit for a sacrifice.
Jeet days are always fun, man.
Oh, no, Pepe.
No, I'm sure it's just getting yeeted, yeah.
My sweet, sweet frog.
My sweet prince.
Tell me, what are the order book data saying right now? What are you seeing?
We I mean, New York Open pretty much every time has just been like hammering spot sells. I mean, spot CVD has been down only every New York session all week. And then I will say the one thing that I've also noticed is like, I explained it earlier on the show. I don't know if you guys were here yet, but there was like the whole trade where people, I mean, to close out the grayscale Bitcoin trade, it's not just to sell the grayscale Bitcoin, but also to long perps, as kind of the counter to that. So you can see that in the data too. Like spot CVD is down, and it's met to some degree with corresponding perp longs being put on, but they're not really having any impact on price because the spot selling is just so extreme.
We might just cascade here, boys. If we lose these, I think we just eat up this whole thin move. Just
I think we do too. We do too.
Just wick it all, at least.
I have some bullish propaganda for those that are really rattled right now. If you guys want to see it,
yeah, let's see it.
Should we go over some bull propaganda?
Yeah, we should.
Right now, no. Let's install the fear.
Should we tell people we're going back to 12K? Capo was right.
Probably.
Has
I don't know,
Capo
man.
tweeted?
Days like today, you have to have conviction. Otherwise, you're just going to completely cheat your bag. Like you just have to actually. All right, let's do this. We're not about bull propaganda. So on the left here, I'll label it if my trading view's been glitching lately. It's been very frustrating. Bitcoin. We know that Solana has actually been leading the market basically since this whole move originated in the end of last year. Solana. So we've kind of been here at BB working on a little bit of a theory that potentially Solana was months ahead of the rest of the market. And I remember at this point right here, when Solana lost this low, we were like, that's it, it's cooked. I remember where I was at dinner. So it's possible that Bitcoin does something like this, like Solana did. And it won't ever play out perfectly, right? But maybe it kind of reaccumulates and then just comes back from the dead like this. I see some similarities. I certainly see some similarities, and also just the confluence of it being pretty obvious that Sol was in fact leading the market. Undeniably, it was the leader.
That's a great point, Max.
This could be that moment for Bitcoin, where we basically just do. We do this, and then it's run it back turbo time, trap all the shorts. We could be right in here, guys. It's possible. I don't know if it is, but it definitely feels similar. Like I actually remember I was having dinner with my parents, and I know that Tucker's biggest bag is Sol, or at least was at this point. And I remember texting him, and I remember, okay, who remembers this? I was comparing Solana to the US 20-year yield. Remember that fractal? Anyone remember that? Okay. So I remember comparing it right here, and I was like, oh, it's completely over, man. And then it just completely came back from the dead. So we'll see. We'll see if it happens. But here's your bull propaganda. And I'll throw a fractal on there for you guys. We'll see if we can massage it a little bit. We'll see if we can massage it. See how she looks. I appreciate when TradingView doesn't make me like do something ridiculous to get the fractal to fit. That's always nice. All right, let's see. I don't know, maybe something like, this. Here's your bull. Here's your bull scenario, guys.
Yeah, as long as I still stand behind the fact that we need to hold 40K on the weekly. Right now, though, it seems like I'm just for the entertainment. I'm watching the minute chart on BTC, and it does seem that every time like there is some bounce, it's instant you back down. Like someone is truly holding this selling pressure, right? As Tommy was saying, it's probably the GBTC just spot dumping,
Yeah, but that goes again back into what I was saying with the, they're basically pinning price, and I think a lot of people aren't paying attention to that specifically. Pinning price is not the same thing as a market capitulation. It's more of like trying to make sure price can't get above a certain range purposely, only to be able to either A, get a cheaper price, or B, basically cause people to capitulate at current levels. And I would take the latter of B, that they're trying to get people to capitulate here, very heavily, very heavily.
For sure will. I agree with that. And as I keep on reminding, Man, I just like with each passing day, I just think more and more that H1 and H4 time frame is like so useless. It's
I mean,
like,
people will learn. They'll learn going into, because here's the thing: they're gonna waste their entire bull market, the entire thing, trying to chase lower prices. While the market's in what? The market's in an uptrend swing. When should you trace or chase lower prices? When the market's in a downtrend. And I'm not talking about like the current 4 hour, 1 hour, so on and so forth. I mean high time frame downtrend. We are not in a high time frame downtrend. You need to be chasing this thing as it's moving to the upside. So anytime it pulls back, that's a bot. Anytime it breaks out, yeah, you can TP or you can wait for price to start to distribute. There's no distributive top here yet. On the monthly time frame, weekly time frames, you're basically just getting into your first month of this upper range pullback, and you haven't even closed the month red yet. That's the crazy part, and people are already calling for a top. You haven't even got a monthly close, and you're calling for a top. Not us, but like just people in general.
I actually think this might play, guys. I think I've convinced myself that this is going to play here. I'm not going to lie to you.
I've got one for you too, Max.
Yeah, I mean, look at the timing of this move. Right?
I love that line. I have convinced myself.
I have convinced myself, man.
I don't care about your opinion. I
You
have convinced
keep your
myself.
logic, man. You keep your logic. I've convinced myself. Tucker, you got some propaganda?
Yeah, I got a little.
Today's stream is only bull propaganda. We have to counter Barry, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look.
Tucker, that's my CFO right there.
Yeah,
That's
man.
my
So
CFO.
look, Bitcoin ETF obviously didn't happen for INJ, so it's a kind of a double top there where Bitcoin put in a higher high.
Yep.
Bitcoin's putting in a lower low. INJ put in a higher low. Tor. I mean, just from a price action, it just looks pretty similar. The problem here is that this happened in September for INJ, but we've been saying potentially INJ is leading Sol, which is leading Bitcoin, which is leading ETH, right? So I don't know.
ETH is having a decent bounce after sweeping the low once again. Decent volume too.
ETH is?
ETH, yeah. Like ETH is looking just so good, and I'm still struggling to think that it loses the structure here. Not saying it cannot, because anything is possible in life at any moment. Just
that's why I'm bullish, man. Is just because this market sell off contextually, it doesn't really make sense with how ETH looks here. How ETH USD and ETH BTC. That's why I feel like this is I feel like it's very misleading, honestly.
Me too.
If ETH was nuking, right? Like if ETH BTC was retracing the God candle it just put in,
yeah,
then I'd be like, okay, this might actually be like a horrible event, because ETH BTC, that could have just been a fake out. But the fact that the ETH BTC candle is like rallying hard off of the Tucker, maybe you could pull it up real quick. ETH BTC, that's where I'm looking at this going, I'm calling a bluff on this. If we were like U-turning this right now and doing the limp sausage after that like huge rally off the bottom, I'd say, okay, the market's about to actually capitulate. Like that was a fake pump. But it doesn't make sense to me. Like this feels like a one-off, honestly. It feels like a one-off to me. Okay.
Bitcoin
it really
dominance too.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's not lining up how it normally would.
It's holding on by a thread, man.
And the only counter is, well, we're in a new paradigm and like ETH can have it's just going to do its own thing independently of Bitcoin. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I just feel like there's something's wrong here. Not wrong like the market's going to nuke.
It's not fitting. It's
not
fitting.
Exactly. We're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole right now. It doesn't make sense. Again, if you see ETH BTC turn around and start to like literally nuke, okay, it might be over. But ETH BTC is telling me another story. It really is. It's telling me that Bitcoin's going to hold. Maybe it nukes down a little bit more, but it's telling me that we're going to recover. It really is. And it's important. It should not be overlooked.
Do you know what it tells me, Max? It tells me that the like button is not.
No, we're not doing that today. I made it a thing. We're not doing that today. No mention of it. We're just gonna see where the chips fall today. No mention of it.
No mentioning.
No, I'm doing an experiment today. No mention of it at all.
Wow.
I know. It's a good day for it too, man. It's Jeet Day.
Wow.
Jackus, you were
Wow.
about to say something.
It's cheat day.
I was about to say wow.
Owen Wilson. Actually, we've doxed Jackus. He's actually Owen Wilson. Wow.
It's just so funny. I don't know why. I have no idea what I was gonna say though. I forgot my line. But obviously, I will remember when someone starts talking again, and then I will have a trouble. Like that's the thing. You once again, you do not want to interrupt people, but sometimes you like have to wait 20 minutes before you can jump in.
Oh man, look at this.
What?
I found it. That's it.
That's the spot.
That's it, man.
Okay, throw up some USD charts as well. Let's see where we're at, bro.
So that's I mean, it makes sense. January of 2020. January of having year. So
maybe with this range loss, the East is nuking, and we are just not seeing it. You know, maybe East is going to like 2,300 or lower.
Oh man. Whoa, who could have foreseen? Okay, COVID's in there, so you know.
If we do the dislike button
today. Take that for what you will, right? But let's get rid of this. Where's January? Boom. It's right there, right? So ETH BTC grind up again. Where you really want to get long is December of 2024 on ETH, but it should still grind up all year. Ignore this, man. That's not happening. I mean, unless we really do want to attempt to trade a black swan, like what are we talking about?
Oh man.
It is in the chart though, unfortunately.
You can tell how fresh and new a lot of these investors are, especially the ones that pretend they trade. And I say pretend because if you're trading a black swan, you pretend you trade. You don't actually trade. Nobody in their right mind trades a black swan. Nobody. Like it's an improbable circumstance that in reality happens less times in your lifetime than you have fingers. So if you're playing those type of statistics, you don't trade at all. What you do is you just lose money. So I just make it really easy for people. I don't like to come out and just be straightforward about it, but like that's as straightforward as I can be.
There you go. And ETH BTC literally just, when is this? February? Oh man. Yeah, we're just gonna do this.
At the end of the day, we always say anything can happen, but there are, I would say statistical numbers that don't make any sense to even include them as if they could happen, even though they can. It just doesn't make any sense to say that they would. It's like the conversation I got into in one of the spaces. I won't name names, but somebody said, "Oh, SPY doesn't have to reach all-time high. It hasn't before."
Dude,
I remember, and I had that discussion. And I was like, "It will," and they're like, "Well, there's been this scenario." It's like, "Oh, okay, one time in the 1970s." One
Look at
time.
this comment.
Oh,
There's some elk disease going on. It says it could get to humans, so fractal is in play, bros.
Oh no.
Oh, there's an elk. There's an elk disease, man. Black swan.
Hey, Tommy's in Rada. Look out, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, I kind of like eating elk. I might be the first one to go.
Yeah,
Tommy's
you better stay away,
right
man.
now. Tommy, you're sick right now too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tommy, you
man,
been eating elk,
it's
brother?
over. It's over.
It's too late for me already, boys.
You know what I've noticed, Tommy? You love gamey meat, man.
I love
gamey meat.
You're really gonna make me say on stream I love meat. I am a steak enjoyer, a protein enjoyer.
Steak enjoyer. Now you gotta say the word meat. You gotta say I love.
You're not gonna get me to say it, but
that way we can snip them separately and add them together. Oh, I said it. Oh, that's not good.
Like at this point, I think it's better if BTC really just sweeps that low sitting at like 4,200 rather than bonds from here, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe if we were to bond from here, then we would probably go for it later on anyways. So maybe just better if it does it straight away.
Lows are in, man. Lows are in.
I do think we have less downside if we dump before more ranging, if that makes sense. Like I think the more we build up positioning, just kind of within this range on Bitcoin without actually testing any lows, the more likely we get a deeper wick.
What if we just build up a bunch of shorts, bro?
Well, if there are shorts coming in, I don't see them.
Yeah, I know.
Is this just all spot selling right now, Tommy?
Pretty much. I mean, that's why I really feel like once we get closer to cash close, you're going to see people start to front run the weekend bounce.
Dude, we need a weekend bounce, and we need it now.
We need it now.
Let me steal this back. Let me pull a Tommy. Let me. I've been working on this. All right, ready? Ready? Watch this. Watch this. Ready? We got 1, 2, 3. We got bear div across the board. We got 1, 2, 3. We got bear div across the board. You ready? Ready for this run back, boys? Right here. It's time. Bitcoin to 70K by March 26th. That's the fractal. All right. It's chiseled into concrete. This has to happen now. All right. Who likes this fractal? Let me get some feedback.
I like it, man.
Do you love it?
70K by March?
March 26th.
That's aggressive.
Wait, March 24?
No, March 26th, Jackus. It would never happen by March 24th.
How dare you, Jackus?
Way too soon.
Don't forget to include the virus that's being spread by Snickers in prison.
Oh man, what a day, man! What a week, man! What a annoying week to just be a crypto holder. Honestly,
2 weeks.
Yeah, what an annoying 2 weeks. You know, this fractal's happening. I'm gonna tweet this out too. I'm gonna make sure this happens. I'm gonna tell all my followers that this is guaranteed, man. This is just have to believe.
Yeah, you should also look at Nvidia, which is absolutely chatting.
Strong.
Nvidia's chatting?
Yeah.
What is it, a Tuesday?
Look, Nvidia doesn't do anything but go up.
Oh my God, man.
He said, "Oh my
Jesus."
God."
Man, I think we're gonna pop SPY or the SPX all-time high, and then they're gonna start to sell it for like 2 weeks.
Look, I told you guys, look, we're going to 800. We're going
is
to
the
800,
S&P
boys.
gonna pop it today, man?
I think so.
Nvidia is gonna pull that thing straight out of there.
Let's get rid of all this garbage. That line is the all-time high, right? Yeah. All right.
Nvidia is gonna drag the S&P out.
Tommy, we had a good question here from Goose. Is there any moon phaser TA to explain the jeeting, Tommy?
I actually had these dates marked out.
Damn it, Tommy.
Let me find
Thanks
it.
for the warning, Tommy.
Yeah, wow, Tommy. Must work for Barry.
Let me look up my
Wait,
quant.
I read in the comments that Capo is bullish. Is it?
Yeah.
Is he really? Damn.
Is he?
I guess he's been long the whole way down.
But man, I also cannot comprehend the fact that Jim Cramer like called the top. Like surely
he
not.
literally did.
But surely not.
All I'm gonna say, champs, is you are correct. AMD is getting drug up too. I already talked about it. People didn't want to pay attention to it. I said it was a long side position. It's going to blow out. AMD is going to go.
Yeah, there we go. Let's check the moon phases for Bitcoin. I know Tommy's got the real alpha, but oh no, the crescent moon, man, it's over.
What's the one on AMD? What does that mean? I don't know anything about these moon phases.
Dude, the thing with the moon phases today is like we have some weird thing with Saturn and Venus together today. I'm not surprised that this is happening because some rare astrology alpha I'll communicate to you guys that Venus is the planet of money. So typically dates around it and its cycles are pretty important. Oh, we lost Dr. Outlook. Typically the dates around Venus are pretty important, but Saturn is more of like a disciplinary planet. So I'm not surprised that we're like just dumping this week, but we do have,
man. Not a fan
I think we have
Saturn.
some good astro here over the next few days. So I think it will lead to a bounce, right?
So are you the weekend long or Tommy?
I'm looking for longs into the weekend, man, but I haven't taken them yet because I mean Bitcoin's just kind of like relentless at the moment.
Yeah.
I think what Tommy is waiting for is to see shorts pile in, no?
Yeah, I mean, I really kind of just want to see selling stop.
Yeah.
Because I don't think ETH needs Bitcoin to do a lot for it to run really aggressively. Like Bitcoin could move up probably back to like 41,500 or 41,500 and you see ETH eat up multiple days of selling just from that. So
look at this, man. Another how do I get rid of another classic short. Bang. Easy. Why didn't we take this, man?
Also, if we actually look at like H4, can you pull out H4 on ETH, Tucker? Just empty chart, right? Just give me an empty chart.
I can't do that, Jackass.
Just go with like, I don't know, Kraken or some exchange.
Is that good?
All right. So, and zoom out a little. Just scale it down. Yeah, and if you look, like, we always had like since the October, we always had like a move up, and then fucking nothing for the next week or 2 weeks, or even like a sell off, right? Like if you're gonna look at the one like this one, it was and exactly. So there is always this very quick move upwards from nothing, and then there is the continuous sell off, slow bleed, Wig Hunt. That's a name of the movie, Wig Hunter, John Wig Hunter.
Exactly. I mean, dude, yeah, every one of these times ETH did this, everybody thought like, oh, this is it. Here we go. Nope. Oh, this is it. Nope. Same thing here.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So this is, look at this comment from Alpha Hi-Fi. So I hope I'm reading that right. If not, apologies. I feel so bearish right now, but I have learned from Will not to feel when you trade. I'm holding, especially since Will is bullish, bro. When he is in disagreement with others, 99% of the time, Will is right. Yes.
Wait, what's the date? Oh,
it's I appreciate 19th? That comment, though. I appreciate
Tommy,
that.
it's the 19th.
Yeah, what about it?
You know what happens tomorrow?
We get a Pluto appearance actually through Aquarius. It's like the first time that Pluto is going to be moving into a different sign in like 20 years.
I think it's the first time Pluto's been in Aquarius in like 300 years.
Correct. What? The last time, and this is kind of funny, but or not funny, depending on how you choose to view it. But the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was 1778.
Upheaval.
How does Tucker
Chaos.
know this? Is my question.
I do my research, Jack. Yes, I do my research.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Jack, my brain is as smooth as a cue ball, brother. Oh man, yeah, this is.
Wait, Tommy,
Tucker, I
did you say
wouldn't want it-
1778?
Yes.
What happened 2 years after the U.S. was founded?
I mean, I think it signaled like a big shift in the global power structure. So that could be a theme for the next 20 years.
Well, that was 2 years late, but yeah, I'll give it to you. We're within a good margin. We'll give it to you.
Is that the recession that's coming in like 2 years that nobody's seen? That's not being facetious.
No,
Do
I
I
know.
tweet out? I think I might just go on a bullish propaganda tweet storm right now and just be a menace right now.
Somebody's got to do it. That Wabi can't do it right now.
Bobby is not here to save us.
Yeah, Wabi's not here to do the tweet
It's over,
propaganda.
guys.
Max, we already got 1 minute. All right, we don't need to.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be a negative, right? Because Aquarius is often associated with like human innovation. So, there could be really good things that come out of the period too.
I mean,
Celestia casually green today.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's funny as hell.
Tommy, you still in the shit coins we discussed?
I'm in a few shit coins, man.
No, the ones we were in together.
Oh, that one? No, man. All the ETH
Oh.
shitters I've tried to
Come
sell
on.
off my ETH shitters, man.
Stop
I know why
capitulating,
we're
Tommy.
nuking, guys.
I like ticker Bitcoin, but like
You're literally
I
talking
mean-
about ETH is gonna pop off, and you're saying I'm dropping all my ETH shitters.
because nobody wants to bid ETH shitters over Sol shitters, even with ETH price going up.
But they will when it does exponentials. High price, good price.
They'll bid ETH shitters when ETH is just literally aggressively mooning over 25
Exactly.
to 2,700. Like off of this low, I think they'll start bidding ETH shitters again.
Guys, Wabi was the bid man, and he's gone at jury duty. It's over.
Is he still at it today?
I mean, usually it's more than 1 day, I think.
Dude,
Yeah, I
what
told
if
him
Wabi's on jury duty for like a 7-month trial, like super high profile or something?
Then it's completely over.
And while he's in jury duty, whenever they go in to try and figure out whether they want to do guilty or not guilty, he's in there discussing what shitcoins he's getting into.
Somebody in the Discord was like, I can just see Wabi explaining his modularity thesis to the jurors.
Can we get
So,
on
if
like
you pick,
5-second
go ahead.
chart? Can we get on like 5-second chart? Might be
5
fun.
second chart.
On BTC probably. Is it stronger? So let's get it on BTC.
Oh wow. We're back, guys. We're
So-
back. We're so
Oh,
back.
let's go. Run it back.
Wabi's
Oh,
in there
no.
explaining to them how if they put the crimes on the blockchain, they could track them forever.
Dude, look at that chart. Up only, man.
Oh man, we are so back.
This is the 4-hour chart, guys. We're good.
Oh,
it's over.
Oh, just a healthy pullback right now.
Oh, look at that.
my gosh.
Look at that reclaim.
Way better than soybeans.
Yeah.
So much better.
At least something is happening, right?
Don't flood my bags on soybeans.
Oh no. Oh no, guys. Pack it up.
Back. Start the buses. It's over.
12K imminent.
We need to stream the site where there is the live data with all the liquidations and put the sound on.
The
The
Agger.
Agger.
Yeah.
Pull up the Agger.
My
Real.
favorite was listening to Agger during the Luna event, man.
Oh my.
I just had it on blast for like 3 or 4 days straight.
I figured out the best way for engagement, Max. It's rage bait. So when the market's bullish, just be super bearish, and when it's bearish, be super bullish, just to piss people off.
Lewis Player just said 400 million more just transferred to Coinbase. Just another day.
Very.
Just
Another one.
Another one.
We confirm if that's
dropping
true.
bombs on the tape today.
Very
You guys hear
stealing.
this?
What? No.
Wait, okay. Let me I gotta switch it.
Wait, 400 million worth of BTC, right? Just to be clear, Lewis. Not 400 million of USDT.
Yeah, we can hear that.
So soothing. I hear way more sells than buys, man.
Are we at the casino? Is that what's going on?
This is traumatizing.
This is like casino, really. Man.
This is a slot machine, man.
This is the pure gambling mentality being on this chart.
I'm seeing you guys mentioning in the comments that more grayscale Bitcoin has been transferred. Are you guys sure? Because I saw that same amount earlier. Are you sure it's not the same one from earlier that you're looking at? I haven't seen any more news break on it, but
He said, "What is this Pavlovian conditioning?" Here we go, boys. We're going.
Imagine it. Jesus.
dude, this is ridiculous.
That short's getting rare. What's going on?
Look at him running this. Look at him running it back.
Run it up, boys.
This is crazy, man.
Oh, that wasn't a
And
bad
we
idea
wonder-
to put it on.
And we wonder how young men get addicted to trading crypto and lose everything. It's
Yeah.
this, man. It's literally the casino.
So we finally hit demand, it looks like. Maybe we come back and retest it again, and that's the weekend.
But I didn't want to see that. We front run the Jesus.
Oh my God.
This is like winning a jackpot or something. What the fuck?
Look at the comments, man.
Yeah, we are so
Look at-
back.
Look at Danish, man. Look at that.
This is the content I come for.
But dude, as soon as we put the Agger on, look at what happened. CVD climbing, price up like 500 points off the low.
Oh Jesus.
We just have to stay live.
Look
We're
at
back.
the H4 candle. Look at the H4. But I really
We
wanted.
should carve out a bottom here, honestly.
Oh no,
I
look
re-
at all those
I
sales.
really wanted to see the December 11th low getting swept, you know. I feel like with this bounce, he'll come back one more time. Look, now longs will try to buy this bounce, and we rape them one more time, and then we will hear the real jackpot from Agar. It will be like.
Do you guys see what Nomad tweeted 3 minutes ago?
No.
What?
Imagine getting liquidated into the European close.
Wow.
Then you become the real Europoor. He will be Europoor.
Is this Nomad, Tommy?
He probably did just like liquidate a ton of people, but the spot selling will probably continue. It's just now we've hit some demand, so it should hold this level, fake a breakdown maybe a few times, and then actually go close to the end of the session. Like that's what
Dude,
I mean,
that
we
looks like the ETH BTC bottom, but like
It does.
on the
It
1
does.
minute.
Yeah.
I know you guys see it. Yeah, right
Why,
there.
why are we on the higher time frames here? I don't get it.
Dang it, you guys tell me that I look at high time frame charts. What's going on here?
It won't
Put
even
on the
load.
minutes chart. We'll be like, put on the minutes chart.
The
This is-
Dr.
Put it on the
Outlook
minute chart.
mind
What are you guys
cannot
doing?
comprehend the Bitcoin 1 second charts.
Oh my god.
Look, when I say put it on the 1M, I mean the 1 minute.
Let's zoom out and put on the 5 second, okay?
Yeah, 1 second's a little like extreme, man. Even
This
even
I
for
love
my lower
24
time
in real time.
guys, it was fun going to the casino. I think it's time to review some charts. Do we got any tickers we're
Time-
looking at?
Time to
Man.
cash out.
If this like goes instantly back to like 4150, man, the sound here would be epic on Augur.
Well, that was fun, guys.
It
that
was actually.
that was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
Like look at how people enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is ETH BTC, man.
That's literally ETH BTC right there, man. 100%.
gonna
happen
That
next.
ETH BTC chart is ingrained in my head. I'll never forget it, man. I'll never forget it.
I do want to point out, Max, because the play is already starting to play out. I did point out the AMD to the Discord, but I didn't bring it to YouTube because we couldn't get to the like threshold.
That's true.
And I think a lot of people they missed a really good move, a really good move on AMD.
Look at this,
And I think it's going to continue.
Yeah.
I totally agree, Will. You
And
did call that one out perfectly, but holy crap, look at this chart, man.
They say
That's
the
insane.
price is not fractal. No, you cannot compare, 1 day time frame and I don't know,
5 second.
Yeah, 5 second. This game.
Oh, yes, you can.
Champ wants the casino beacon.
Is this projecting the next ETH BTC move?
Could be. I mean, guys, if we start, having some insane buyback still, then we put on the casino beacon, the Augur. Or if we start dumping again. But apart from that, let's stay here for a while, right? I'm still hearing the sounds even though we are back on the normal chart.
I love that. I love that meme, that the Breaking Bad meme where Hank is in the elevator and he like in the show he realizes that Walt is, the Heisenberg, essentially the drug dealer, but the edit is him like freaking out in the elevator to Agar sounds playing.
Yeah. Oh, you see the balloons on my screen? Who just saw that?
Oh, do the thumbs up?
Does it
work?
corner of my eye.
Does the thumbs up still work?
Yeah.
I don't know how. There's some weird settings on here. I don't know how to do it. Oh man! All right. Well, I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling anything. Too bad. I refuse to sell my bags. I'm not going to let Barry shake me out of my positions. It's not happening.
Barry wants your coins, Max.
This is what it is.
Barry needs to go sell bonds, man. He doesn't belong here.
Dude, Barry's like the biggest degen ever. People don't even realize, like, the real bull market tax is we have to buy back Barry's coins, not the fake rehypothecated ones that like 3AC and Sam used to pump altcoins. Barry bought Bitcoin, man. He created that initial like run from the breakout from like 19K. And now we know it was like he did it through fraud, but damn it, he's a degen, man. Too degen.
One of us. But here's the thing, man, is we, and by we I mean me, I shit on Barry right now because he's completely cheating the market. But at the same time, guys like him literally send us to new all-time highs with their degeneracy in the right conditions. So it's like you love them when it's working in your favor and you hate them when they're doing shit like this. But I don't know. We just deserve higher, man. It's been a long bear
Here we
market.
go. Here we go.
Here's the thing.
BTC,
Put on the Augur. Put on the Augur.
Put on the Agger.
I wonder if
Barry,
we kept the Agger up. I wonder if we kept the Agger up and just left, how many people would end up being here all day long watching the Agger on the BB YouTube channel with no commentary?
Yeah.
Max, Barry specifically picked up the Snickers.
Barry picked up the Snickers. Oh man, here we
He
go.
picked up the Snickers.
5 seconds. 5 seconds. It's not managing 1 second for some reason. Yeah, this Barry.
Friday things.
It's been a long week, guys. It's been a long week.
It has been a long week.
Look at the well, there's now zero doubt in my mind that the comment section all has crippling gambling addictions. They're begging. Look at them. They love the shit. You guys are degens.
This is the real alpha. Man, I was thinking if we like zoom out on the day, Jesus, on the daily on BTC, and let's hypothetically say that this was the actual bottom of this pullback, right? Then we have basically created n equal lows right here at 40k, 4,200.
Yeah.
That would make such a perfect play to run higher from here to create the equal lows, and then come back for them later on, maybe.
It really would, and we do have a weekly FVG right below those equal lows. If this is the bottom.
Exactly.
All right, we gotta go lower.
Yeah, back to back to the
If
alpha
there was
time
a
frame.
time frame lower than the 1 second chart, definitely would find it.
All right, guys, here's the deal. I'm calling the stream in 5 minutes. So let's figure out what we want to do for 5 minutes. Oh no.
Oh no.
Let's actually see from the comments section, guys. Do you want us to keep the casino on for today's show, or do you want
Or do you want us to cover tickers?
Yeah.
He goes, you guys can leave the you guys can talk, just leave our casino on.
Friday vibe.
Selection said fuck no.
Give us
Dude, imagine if we could get the soybean chart on Agger. Oh,
Dynite
my.
says
You'd
give
hear,
us
you'd hear a
soybeans.
noise every 5 minutes.
Oh, he's back.
Look who it is.
Look who it is.
All Might.
You know who All Might is, Jackus.
Right. Harris channeling his chakra stones with the casino voice.
All Might. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey,
Something.
didn't All Might cheat all of his say?
Yeah.
We need Evan Casey to step into the order book immediately.
Evan Casey, we need you. Where are you
Dude,
at?
I made a new channel in Discord that I just made this morning. We're gonna give some of the guys in the Discord that are real good chart guys access to like a community TA channel. You have to be given additional access and privilege to post in it. Everyone can see it. But Evan Casey's definitely getting that role, man. We need some Evan charts. Sometimes Evan will just like chart dump in the general chat and they get buried. But when you get gold that good, you need a special channel for it.
What?
$4.1 million shove on Bybit.
There's
no.
Evan.
Tommy, take it easy.
Oh no. On Bybit?
Oh shit, that's the ape. Ape exchange.
Oh shoot, All Might has an emergency update.
Dinesh says ETH USD going for it. What's ETH doing?
Not much.
Oh, where is it? There it
Did
is.
All Might cheats and cheats a multi at the top? Yes.
Wait, this is Bitcoin ETH, Tucker.
I don't even know what
this is like a pair, man. This is Bitcoin divided by ETH. There we go. There we go. Let's go.
Oh, man. Is this Agar? There we go. Damn it. How do I switch the Agar to ETH?
I don't know.
Kaloyan said this stream would be busting even more if I was on shrooms.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
I choose to take that as a compliment. I don't know, though.
Tommy, how do I switch the right side to ETH?
You got to search it.
SPY above 4,800 again, boys. I'm telling you guys, look, stocks are about to break out while everybody's looking at crypto.
Yeah.
Here we go.
SPY
Look
is
at them
about
shoving ETH at the lows, man. Fantastic.
SPY is about, guys, think about it. SPY is
SPY is
about to make
break out.
new all-time highs, and people here are scared in crypto. Think about it, right?
But Jackus, this is precisely why I've been sitting here pointing to AMD and NVIDIA. I'm like, look at NVIDIA, look at NVIDIA, look at NVIDIA. Because everybody's sitting there focusing so much on the dumb shit that doesn't even matter. NVIDIA is driving the market, and everybody's not looking, right? They're like, there's no driver, guys. There's no driver. But you're sitting here with like your Apple Vision Pros on your head with the screen blacked out, right?
Will, bro.
Like,
Tucker and I just dropped a
take
collective $7,500 on Apple Vision Pros, man. You need to
is what it
pay
is.
off.
you got to take the Apple Vision Pros off if you want to see there's a driver in the car.
Dude, you
All
know
right.
what? You know what I'm actually pulling from this stream right now with the Agar
PayPal is pumping.
is that we might have to do Ape Time. We had this idea for a show a while ago, guys, called Ape Time, where we just like go full degen on like the 5-second chart and make it a competition, like a trading competition. But we ultimately decided against it because it just felt ridiculous. But I don't know, you guys might end up liking it. It'd be fun.
I think we could do it.
They seem to like the Agar.
They love the Agar, man.
With the Agar.
Guys, PayPal is pumping from a falling wedge.
You said Maple, right?
PayPal.
Oh, PayPal. Got you. You know PayPal,
Yes,
yeah. PayPal.
It's
Bro,
breaking out of a falling wedge right now on the weekly. It's looking amazing.
Yeah. Well, all stocks are starting to bounce. All of them. And then not only are some of them starting to bounce, some of them are just straight chatting. NVIDIA, AMD, SPX, they're all just chatting. But hey, let's be scared of crypto, guys. Be super scared, sell your bags, but wait for lower, right? That's always the play.
When you
Every
say
time-
bounce, Will, they hadn't really dipped.
What's that?
When you say bounce, they hadn't really dipped.
Well, I mean, there's some of them that are like PayPal's bouncing, for instance, right? But NVIDIA and all these other ones have been just in the straight up trend since, months ago.
Yeah, NVIDIA's been crazy strong. We caught some longs on that this week. Yes, we did.
And I think it's going higher, though. It's nice. I don't think it's done. Same thing with AMD. I think the second AMD breaks out, watch and see if it doesn't make a leg like NVIDIA. Watch and see.
I think I had like 600, 620 as my target for NVIDIA, like locally speaking.
Yeah, I think we looked at it yesterday. We were targeting closer to like 700, but,
I can see it, man. I'm definitely not fading NVIDIA.
Yeah, I think people like are sitting here looking at it like, oh, it's already ran too hard. Look, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as it's ran too hard.
All right, guys. Here's the deal. We got to call this stream right now. We've been going for an hour 35. We're staring at the Agar, man. We're gonna call it right here, guys. We're gonna get on with our. Oh my gosh,
Here we go.
We're ripping. Look at us go.
I'm gonna call it live on Twitter.
Oh
right now,
my
bottoms
gosh, here we
ends.
go.
Yeah,
right.
I kind of agree with Will.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. What an interesting stream today was. Hopefully, you got something constructive out of it. I know we had a little bit of fun in the second half, but thanks so much for being here as always, guys. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm doing a little experiment today, and I'm not prompting anybody to do the other thing. But please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new here. This is Market Check brought to you by Because Bitcoin. We are live with this full cast of 5 guys, including myself, Monday through Friday at 10:55 a.m. Eastern time. It's basically an hour and a half to 2 hour long alpha dump, charts, narratives, price, just generally have a great time. So hopefully you'll subscribe and you can tune in Monday through Friday and come hang out with us. Furthermore, if you check out the first link in the description below, it will take you to our website, becausebitcoin.com/premium, where you can sign up for our premium Discord, where all of us here, plus some other Because Bitcoin team members, share private premium alpha. We also do 2 hours a day of private live voice calls with the entire team and community. And we share active positions and setups that we don't talk about here on YouTube. It's a really great experience, so definitely consider checking it out. We are also working on rolling out our new product called the BB Terminal. The BB Terminal is going to be our flagship product. It's basically a Bloomberg terminal, but for crypto guys. When that comes out, it will be bundled with our Discord, and the price of our premium services is going to go up significantly. So I would highly recommend grandfathering yourself into the current price of $149.99 per month right now while you still can, because again, when the BB terminal drops, our prices are going to go up, and then people are going to message me, and then they're going to go, Max, could I get a discount code? Max, I wanted it at $149.99 per month, and now it's way more. And I'm going to go, I gave you like 5 months in advance notice. I told you before the new year even hit, and you didn't do it. So definitely consider checking it out beforehand. And the retention in our Discord is truly remarkable because of what we offer. You guys will see that it is well worth $5 per day, even without the BB terminal, especially when we add the BB terminal. What are we really talking about here? It's a tremendous experience. So definitely consider checking that out. Check out the first link in the description below, becausebitcoin.com/premium. But I'll kick it over to Tommy to say a final farewell, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Max. It's funny. I was just reading, like, I opened a chat for the first time today. The very first message that I saw was, so is Barry Silbert going to prison or what? kind of the theme of the week. We'll see if it kind of ceases next week, right? I mean, I think that was kind of like more or less like I said, yeah, the theme of the week. Meanwhile, stocks, the S&P in particular, going for an all-time high, potentially even as soon as today, while you have individuals like NVIDIA ripping. I think we had, it was a week where Bitcoin ultimately didn't trade that volatilely, but I think it is the type of week where a lot of stuff still happened. And that is definitely visualized on a lot of these altcoin charts, as well as the fact that you see the strength that we do see in equities. So I think we have an interesting little setup for next week, guys. I really do. I'm looking forward to seeing how that.
We need Agar right now. We need Agar right now. It's pumping on the minute chart like crazy.
Oh man, I just took.
Oh boys, it's time.
Like if we left it there for another 2 minutes, guys, it would go just.
I ruined that, man. I ruined that.
Rugged us.
Dude, I tried to wrap us up too early, man. I cheated the stream. All right, guys, we're calling it here. It's too late. Max needs some lunch. It's been a long week. Let's run it back this weekend. I want to see Market Check live price on Monday. While we're here on stream, I want to see Bitcoin at 44K. All right, let's run it up this weekend. Tommy, start the algos. Everybody full port. We got this. Tommy, you want to say your final goodbye? Was that it or no?
I mean, I was just going to say, enjoy some Agar with your lunch, guys, since we've seemingly addicted a few of you, or hooked a few of you on it. But that is all from us, guys. I don't know if we're having a market talk today because Wabi's still in doing his societal duties, right?
Jesus, guys.
Nah, man, he's in the chat.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Well, I mean, we have market talk at 4:15 to 4:30 Eastern time, guys. Make sure to tune in. I'm sure we're going to have a really interesting show today, given everything that's currently happening today, as well as happened throughout the week. Let's set the stage for next week as well. But I don't want to ramble. I want to let you guys get onto your weekend. Happy Friday, guys. Enjoy the next few days without Grayscale dumping Bitcoin on your heads.
with a message.